Hello students, in this question we have to find the derivative of this cos x cube into sin square x to the power 5. Okay, and this is a long question, so this can come in 5 marks. Okay, so we will discuss how we can do the solution of this question. Since we have to find the derivative of cos x cube into sin square x to the power 5. Okay, we have to find the derivative of this function. Okay, so if you will see carefully, then this question has two terms. Okay, first term is this cos x cube and second term is sin square x to the power 5, and these two terms is attached with a multiplication. Correct? Cos x cube into means multiplication, sin square x to the power 5. So how we can find? So you have studied one formula for this. Okay, what is that formula? Formula is derivative of u into v. U into v. U is the function of x here, like this cos x cube, and v is another function of x. I can take sin square x to the power 5 as v. Okay, so what is the derivative of this u into v? Derivative will be u into dv upon dx. Okay, means u into derivative of v plus v into derivative of u. Derivative of u into derivative of v plus v into derivative of u. Correct? So here we can take cos x cube as u and sin square x to the 5 as v, and I can apply the formula. If I will apply the formula, then I will get u means cos x cube into derivative of v means sin square x to the power 5. Okay, this is our v. So u into derivative of v plus v as it is sin square x to the power 5 into derivative of u means cos of x cube. Okay, I don't think any confusion here. Just I use the formula u into derivative of v plus v into v means sin square x to the power 5 into derivative of u means cos x cube. Correct? So I use the formula here. Okay, so now I use the formula. So cos x cube, no issue. The difficult part is finding the derivative of this sin square x to the power 5. So how to find this, I will discuss. Okay, so first I need to find the derivative of this plus sin square x 5. No need to do anything. Okay, this is already simplified. Second, we have to find the derivative of cos x cube. So these two, first derivative and second derivative. Okay, if we are able to find these two derivatives, then I will put those values and that will be our solution. So difficult part is finding the derivative of this first one and second one. So I will do one by one. First I will find the derivative of sin square x to the power 5, and in this derivative we will use the chain rule. How? I will show you. Okay, so I am going to the next page because here a space is not there. Okay, so I will use this page to find the derivative of sin square x to the power 5. Sin square x to the power 5. I will do one by one. First I am finding the derivative of this. So how I can find the derivative of this? So sin square. So here we'll use the chain rule. How? Understand carefully how we can use. This is nothing but derivative of sin x to the power 5 and a square, whole square. Correct? This is nothing but this. Correct? Okay. So here if we will treat this as x, this sin x cube I am replacing with x. Correct? So derivative of x square, you know what is the derivative of x square? 2 into derivative of x square. Derivative of x square will be 2 into x to the power 2 minus 1 means 2x. Correct? So you note the derivative 2x. Correct? If this is x, then you know the derivative is 2x. Okay. And what is this? This is nothing but sin x to the power 5, and I am replacing this with x. So I can write this as 2 into x, but instead of x it is sin x to the power 5. Instead of x it is sin x to the power 5. So I will write sin x to the power 5. So this derivative is done. This derivative, a square derivative, is done. Now we have to take care of this sin x to the power 5. So what will be the derivative of sin x to the power 5? What will be the derivative of sin x to the power 5? Again, in the same way, what I will do, take this x to the power 5 as x. Okay, so it will become sin x. Okay, it will become sin x. And what is the derivative of sin x? Sin x derivative is simple cos x, you know, correct? But instead of x it is x to the power 5. So instead of x it is x to the power 5. So you will just replace x with x to the power 5. That's it. Okay, you will just replace the x with x to the power 5. Okay, so simple, correct? So I will write here I will write sin, this is done. Then sin derivative is cos. So cos x to the power 5 as, correct? If sin x, then sin x is cos x. So but it is not x, it is x to the power 5. So I will write x to the power 5. So cos sin derivative is done now. So what remains? Only x to the power 5. And simple, you know, derivative of x to the power 5. What is the derivative of x to the power 5? You will use the formula derivative of x to the power n into x to the power n minus 1, using this formula. So what will be 5 into x to the power 5 minus 1, correct? Means 5 into x to the power 4. So at last you will write x to the power 5 derivative is 5 x to the power 4. Okay, see this video 2 or 3 times, you will understand very clearly. Okay, so see this video 2 or 3 times, you will understand very clearly. Okay, so I use the chain rule. When you will simplify this, then 2 into 5, 10. So I will write 10, and then x to the power 4, and then cos x to the power 5. I am just arranging the terms, that's it. Okay, into sin x to the power 5, correct? Okay, 2 into sin x to the power 5 into cos x to the power 5 into 5x to the power 4. Okay, so this is the first derivative. Okay, first derivative we got, derivative of this sin square x to the power 5. Similarly, and remember this is 5 mark question, the solution will be lengthy little bit. Okay, so you have to understand carefully. Okay, so this derivative be found. Okay, this derivative be found. I will replace the value later. Now I will find this derivative. Second, d upon dx. So I will use the another page. Okay, so that I will get a space to explain clearly. Okay, derivative of cos x cube. So we'll use the chain rule again in this question. Okay, cos x cube. So similarly, d cos x cube. Okay, so here first treat this x cube as x. So if you will treat this x cube as x, then cos x derivative will be sin. Cos x derivative will be minus sin x, but it is not x, it is x cube, correct? So instead of x you will write x cube, correct? So this x cube derivative is done. Sorry, this cos derivative is done. So what remains? It will remain only x cube, because cos derivative is done, and derivative of x cube is using the same formula, x to the power n into x to the power n minus 1 means 3x square. So you will write sin x cube into 3x square, correct? So if you will write simplified way, then minus 3x square minus 3x square sin x cube. Okay, this is the second derivative. Okay, This is the second derivative. Okay, now I will put this value, first one and second one, in this. Correct? Here I will put the first one and second one, and that will be our answer. So I will put, so cos x cube into derivative of this is, so you can find separately also in exam. Okay, if you are not comfortable in like doing here, then you can find one by one like this. Okay, and you can put the values. So 10x to the power 4, 10x to the power 4, okay, and then cos x to the power 5, cos x to the power 5 into sin x to the power 5, sin x to the power 5, okay, and plus sin square x to the power 5, okay, into cos x cube derivative is minus 3x square sin x cube, minus 3x square sin x cube. Okay, so just I wrote. Correct? Now I will just simplify this. So I will write here because the space is not there, so I will erase this and I will write here. Okay, so I will use this color so that you will identify easily. I am writing after this here. Okay, so first 10x to the power 4 I will write, 10x to the power 4 into cos x cube, any term you can write, cos x cube into cos x to the power 5 into sin x to the power 5. Okay, so this is done. 10x4 plus minus minus, plus minus minus, so minus, and then 3x square, so 3x square, okay, and then sin x cube, okay, and then sin square x to the power 5, sin square x to the power 5. Okay, so this will be our final answer. So this is 5-mark question, so obviously this much lengthy steps you will get. Okay, this is 5 marks question. Okay, so this is the complete solution I gave to you. Okay, just watch this video 2 or 3 times, you will understand very clearly. This is not tough, just you have to do step by step, 1 or 2 formula. If 5-mark question is there, 1 or 2 formula or 3 formula you will expect. Okay, because in 1-mark question you use a simple formula. So in 5-mark question 2 or 3 formula you need, like you will get. Correct? Okay, so thanks for watching. I hope you understood clearly. If